What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on ESPN with Teddy Atlas, they're going to be talking about the rematch between Andy Ruiz Jr. and Anthony Joshua. So see what they have to say about that.
Andy Ruiz Jr. and Anthony Joshua, heavyweight title bout. Remember, it's a rematch from June. Ruiz won as an 11-1 underdog. Much different line tomorrow. Joshua only minus 210 and the comeback plus 180. For more on this fight, let's welcome in the Hall of Famer, the inimitable Teddy Atlas. Welcome back, my friend.
Nice to be back.
So big story with this fight, at least to start here, is Ruiz weighing 15 pounds heavier than he did in the previous fight, over 283-ish. Makes me immediately kind of reminds me of Buster Douglas. Win the title, let yourself go a little bit. Do you think the extra weight slows him down?
You can't speed him up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You don't need Teddy Atlas here to tell you that. You know, he does have fast hands. He'll still have the quick hands, but his endurance doesn't slow him down in that area. Yes. As far as people, we're on a wagering show, so you're thinking about under-overs, so you got to calculate that in a little bit as far as how much gas he's going to have in the tank, to work, and what his workload can be. Can it be as hard as it was or as heavy as it was? Using that word, I didn't mean to make a pun out of it, but can it be that heavy early, or will he try to pace himself? That's what you have to think about.
The round.
So I don't think Andy Ruiz Jr. Became a champion and just let himself go. So I think the extra 15 pounds that he has was put on intentionally, so they can put lean that extra weight on Anthony Joshua while Andy hits him with the barrage of punches with those quick, heavy hands that he has. So I think that's intentional. They're probably going to try and get rid of Anthony Joshua in the earlier rounds. So maybe in the later rounds, if Anthony Joshua can hold him off long enough, those later rounds, and that extra 15 pounds might come into play with Ruiz's conditioning. But normally, Ruiz has good conditioning for a guy of his size, so I don't know how that's going to play out. And as far as Anthony Joshua, so he got beat up in the first fight. He just straight got beat up. It's not like he kind of got outboxed or something technical that he just didn't do. He just got straight beat up, and that's going to be very hard to come back from as a mental game. So I hope what he was working on was working his jab, because he has a 10-inch extra reach on Ruiz. I hope he was working on with the sparring partner that would throw a barrage of punches at him with that fast, quick, heavy hands, and have him sit back, relax. Don't panic when you start getting barrage of punches. Use your jab to get out of there, stick, and move. Don't let Andy Ruiz get in on you. So I hope that's what he was working with. And like I said, it's just more of a mental game for Anthony Joshua with anything, because like I said, he just straight got beat up. So if Andy Ruiz Jr. could get rid of Anthony Joshua fast, put that extra 50 pounds, lean it on Anthony Joshua and hit him with those barrage of punches, I think maybe he can take it if he gets rid of him early. But if it goes into the later rounds and Anthony Joshua's working his jab, not letting Andy Ruiz Jr. get in and panicking when he does, I think it's going to be a very good fight, and Anthony Joshua might be able to take it. But I don't know. Let's continue.
Prop is 7.5, slightly juiced to the over. Now, when you see an upset like this in the rematch, with the odds really corrected, it was no fluke the first time around. Do you expect Joshua to come out here and be strong?
Yeah, you know what? I think there's something that means more than weight, that means more than punch numbers, that means more than left hooks, that means more than right hands. It's called redemption. Joshua has to redeem himself here, and I'm betting on that. I'm betting on the power of pride and redemption, that he's got to live with himself. And that's something that really... that's got to do with how he behaves in the ring. I think he's going to behave better. That's what it was the first time for me. It wasn't really about anything else. It was about he didn't behave like a fighter. He behaved like a guy who made too much money. Let's see how he behaves now.
So he overlooked Ruiz.
He's right. I think he overlooked Ruiz. I don't think he, was being arrogant because he has a lot of money and he doesn't have to work hard. I think he just overlooked Ruiz and thought, let me get in there, beat this guy, and get out. And Ruiz had a different plan. So that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that this is going to be more of a mental game for Anthony Joshua, because he just straight got beat up, embarrassingly got beat up. And to tell the truth, he still looks kind of scared. You can see how he was kind of cautious. And Andy Ruiz Jr., he has those quick, heavy hands with the extra 15 pounds. If he leans down on Anthony Joshua, I don't know. It might not look good in early rounds, because I think that's what their plan is. I don't think Ruiz Jr. wants to get it to go into the later rounds with the extra 15 pounds. But I don't know. It's all about the mental game for Anthony Joshua because, like I said, it wasn't too much of anything really technical last time that he did. He just straight got beat up. So hopefully this time he needs to sit back, relax, and think about what he's doing. Use his jab. Don't let Ruiz Jr. get in on him and get the points and just keep moving. Then I think he should be okay. But again, Andy Ruiz Jr. has a different plan. He's going to want to get in on Anthony Joshua and throw him with those barrage of punches, just overwhelm him, lean the extra 15 pounds on him. And I don't know. It could really go either way. So let's see what they have to say.
In the previous fight?
I think he overlooked him, but I also think that once he was there and once the moment was on top of him, he wasn't ready to handle the moment. Kind of like Marvin Hagler used to say, the great middleweight champion. It's hard to get up at 5 a.m. and do road work when you're sleeping in silk sheets. Kind of hard. I know you know about that because you sleep in silk sheets.
All these winning things.
Again, I don't think that's what it was with Anthony Joshua. I don't think it was that kind of arrogance where, I'm rich, I have money, I don't really have to. I think he just overlooked Andy Ruiz Jr. and he paid for it. So hopefully this time he comes in, he's ready. He uses his muscle memory to use his jab, use that 10-inch reach he has on him, keep Ruiz Jr. away from him. And when he does get in on him, because he will at some point, sit back, relax, don't panic when you start getting those combos coming your way with those fast, heavy hands, and keep moving. And hopefully you can tire out Andy Ruiz Jr. and make it to the later rounds because the extra 15 pounds on Ruiz might come into play in the later rounds. Because I bet you their thing is this is go in there, overwhelm Anthony Joshua, and, get him out of there. So I don't know. It's going to be a great fight, a very, very great fight. And I don't know who can take it. Like I said, if both fighters stick to their game plan, it's going to be tough. Like I said, with Anthony Joshua, he's got to work his jab, relax there in the ring, try to slowly gain your confidence back. And Ruiz Jr., you got to get in there and just throw barrages and just try to beat up Anthony Joshua again. I'm sorry, guys. This is a quick review because the fight's today, but I don't know. Let's keep going.
That I have, yeah, exactly. No, but also you like the minus 210 and over under 7.5 rounds.
There's two ways you can go with the over under.
Okay.
You can say that being that he's heavier, Ruiz, obviously, he's going to go for the kill early because he knows he has nothing in the gas tank. He's going to get caught or he's going to catch him early, or he's going to pace himself. I'm going to say he's going to pace himself. It's going to be slow. It's going to take also Joshua rounds to get confidence back, to start to believe in himself again. It's going to take us in past the 7.5.
Okay.
Going with the over and the
Joshua
and the silk sheets.
So again, just to wrap this up, sorry guys, this is a quick review because the fight's today, so I don't want to get too in depth. So again, Anthony Joshua needs to use his jab. He's got that 10-inch reach on Ruiz. When the barrages of punches do come at Anthony Joshua, he needs to sit back, relax, don't panic. Use your jab to get out of there and keep moving and try to let Andy Ruiz tire himself out. And for Andy Ruiz Jr., he needs to get in there and just use those fast, heavy hands to just try and beat up Anthony Joshua again and get him out of there in the early rounds because that extra 15 pounds might come into play. Although Andy Ruiz Jr., he's used to having a lot of weight on him, so he may be able to maintain it, keep it, but I don't know. I think he needs to get rid of Anthony Joshua quick before he starts building up his confidence. And I don't know. I think this is going to be a great fight, and anything can happen. So let's get to continuing.
Silk sheets. Teddy sleeping in gold sheets. Everything around his palace building this reputation. Teddy, thanks so much.